Welcome to the podcast. Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man, as voted by Slytherins, France, Mrs. Doubtfire, and Persephone, the queen of the underworld. Anyways, we do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. We are 55 minutes late today, but for good reason. We watched a high-speed chase that ended in a crash with a shootout. Yeah. I don't decide when California has these high-speed chases, but I will move the podcast over to make room for the real entertainment. Shout out to Paul Miranda, iBook Boy, Day Day, Bruce Wayne, Paul Miranda, Venus Dietrap, Scrambles, NBD, Guy Just Love My Toe, Carbs and Curves, Meatball Head, Infamy, and Day Day. I appreciate you guys for being here. And the police chase was great. It was fantastic. It could not have ended any better way unless it ended in a really horrible way, which we're not going to, you know what I mean by that, but you can't say it out loud because then I'd be a horrible person. Anyways, we don't have much to talk about today. This is going to be the worst podcast of the month by far, but it's well deserved because the last 3 podcasts in a row were outstanding. Let's give away some stickers. Do you guys know of any other podcast that just gives away stickers every single day? Joe Rogan's a fucking millionaire, never gives away stickers, right? I do, because I care about you more than Joe Rogan cares about you. So the question is, first one to answer this correctly wins. What country is the Great Barrier Reef located? In what country is the Great Barrier Reef located? First person to type in the answer who lives in America can win a free sticker pack delivered directly to your door via the United States Postal Service, USPS. Rolly says Australia, mate. Curbs and Carbs says Australia. iBook Boy says Australia. Rolly is the winner. So Rolly, just send me a DM and I'll get back to you. Chicago and Kentucky are both incorrect. I did say country, right? I feel like I said country. Oh, Rolly lives in Australia, so he cheated. So the real winner is Carbs and Curbs. Send me a DM. Listen, it's not my fault that you can't win, okay? Blame the United States Postal Service. Blame every employee that they have. Yeah, this was a really uneventful week. I did a lot of fun stuff this week. In fact, this week on March 1st was the greatest day of the year, KOOPA's birthday. My dog, KOOPA. Sweet little innocent angel, little brown pit bull, my little vanilla bean. He turned 5 years old, and I wanted to do something special. I always do. I make him a special breakfast. I put candles in it. He can't blow out the candles, so I blow them out, and I reuse them next year. If you guys were ever wondering how frugal I am, I reuse birthday candles. For the dog. I don't have any other reason to use birthday candles. When it's my birthday, I don't do dumb shit like that. But him, he's only 5 years old. Of course I'm going to have a birthday thing. So, made a special breakfast, took him to the park, threw the ball around, running, jumping, playing, took some pictures, then went home, relaxed for a few minutes, and then I went to the bar. But this is not just any bar. This bar is called Big Dog's Draft House. Its logo is like an 8-foot tall dog that stands outside of the bar. And they have an outdoor area with TVs, heaters, picnic tables. They come out, they serve you food and beer. I got a beer called the Leg Lifter. That's the beer I got, the Leg Lifter, because when dogs pee, occasionally they lift their legs. Although my dog doesn't. He pees like a gentleman. He just squats down and just goes for it. But yeah, I grabbed the Leg Lifter, and then they have a menu for food, and they have a dog menu. So I got him some chicken and rice. Yeah, they boil the chicken, he gets some rice. He ate it really quickly. I got, if you guys are curious, I got a bratwurst sandwich. I've been being really adventurous when it comes to like trying things on the menu. The other day I almost bought the a salmon neck. What does that mean? I don't know. I almost asked for it, though. I was at sushi. I was like, how's your salmon neck? She said, fine, thank you, but what would you like to order? I didn't get it. But anyways, I got the bratwurst sandwich. And it was not that good. But I feel happy that I tried something new. I took a picture of it. I'll probably put that in the Discord. I tried the bratwurst sandwich. That was good. The leg lifter was fantastic. Got one beer. Then went back to the house. Had a couple people over. And he got gifts from my friends. A pack of treats. And then a little birthday hat on it. And it says the age 5. So he had a great birthday. In fact, I'm going to make a video about it. Maybe on like Monday or Tuesday. Here's the thing. I filmed all the fun shit we did that day, but I didn't film him sleeping. So every great story has to have a good ending. So I want to film him sleeping, SpongeBob style. Me. And then I'll be like, and he had a great birthday and he was all tuckered out. So there will be like a break in the action, but who cares? Movie magic, right? So that was fun. Yesterday, typically I don't go out on Thursday, but my buddy Nick was off work and T was bowling. I said, let's go join them bowling. Little did I know I was going to have a great day bowling. 181 was my score. I average about 150, right? If I get 155, it was a great day. If I get 145, whatever. 181, motherfucker, I hit 5 strikes in a row. I'm talking boom, boom. The pin, by the end of the game, whenever it was my turn, the pins said, oh no, Steve's going again. They're like biting their nails. I could see the pins. They were fearful of my presence. I hit the spin on them. Brrr. Great day. A great day for bowling. But it had me wondering, and maybe someone in the chat can help me here, why do bowling shoes exist? I feel like it's one of the greatest scams on earth. So, first off, I don't know why they exist. I don't know what makes them different from other shoes. If anything, they're more dangerous. Because whenever I put bowling shoes on, I feel like a brand new, newborn deer. I'm slipping everywhere. Also, the bowling alley, not the cleanest place ever. So there's just beer spilled everywhere. It's just a walking insurance nightmare. Slipping Jimmy style. Everywhere I go on there, I'm just sliding around. And then also, weird rule in bowling, if you slide past the line, it's a foul. Okay, why do you give me slippery ass shoes on this slippery, polished ground if the rules are not to slip? I don't know. I'll never understand. But I got a high score. I'm looking at the chat room right now in case anyone knows. Wait, is Australia not a country? I'm reading the chat room right now. Since when? Wait, how can you be Australian? Oh my God, the school system has failed me. I was positive Australia was a country. Anyways, the fuck is wrong with me? Anyways, bowling shoes. I hate that fucking, $4. $4 they charged me for shoes that I have to give back. Can you imagine? I can't think of anything else in this world that would be like that. Can you imagine? What other fun activity? Karaoke. Can you imagine going to karaoke and then you have to give the words back? On the way out, you have to give your voice back to the owner. Here you go. No, I paid for it. It's mine. I'm renting the shoe. Why am I renting the shoes? Also, I don't know where you guys live. I don't know if this is like an all around the world thing, but I don't think it existed when I was a kid. To get bowling shoes, you have to give them one of your shoes as a token of good faith. You give them your nice ass polished white DC for an old piece of shit Dr. Seuss shoe that's been worn by 5,000 people in the last 3 days. And how do they clean it? Squirt, squirt, squirt. Clean. It's clean now. It looks like, I don't even know what to say. I remember the Goofy movie, right? Goofy, like skateboarding and shit. I don't remember what his shoes looked like, but I can only imagine they look like every bowling shoe that I've ever worn. And it's just, oh man, that no one looks lamer than when they're in their bowling shoes. I used to wear baggier pants too. Wearing baggier pants with bowling shoes is you look down and you look like the old witch in the fucking yellow brick road shit. old shitty moldy ass shoe. The shoe has the same texture as a wet pancake. You could take the shoe and roll it up into a fucking quesadilla if you needed to. I hate those fucking shoes. Anyways, I got a 181, 5 strikes in a row. No big deal. Just doing my thing. And it was great too because I was down by like 20 points. And I looked to my left, I looked to my right. I said, you know what? Now's the time. We got to turn it up. We got to turn it up. I'm not going to lose today. You're going to jail now. You guys remember that viral video where the bus driver punches the lady? If you didn't know, just type bus driving going to jail now on YouTube and you'll be very excited. Also, after bowling, I went to the bar and I streamed a game of pool, billiards. Went to this nice bar. There was nobody in there, so I was like, "Oh, cool, nobody's here. Let's fire up the stream." Fired up the stream. Played the 2 worst games of pool in my entire fucking life. Yeah, I played once when I was 5 years old, and on that day when I was 5 years old, I played better than I played yesterday because the camera was on. I promise you guys, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at pool. Okay. But when the camera was on yesterday, oh no, it was a mess. So me and my friend T, we're about the same like skill level, right? Me and my friend Nick Stems, he is terrible. Maybe one of the worst players on earth. Well, maybe tied for like second worst player on earth. But he smoked me. T beat me. I'm missing all the easiest fucking shots. It was terrible, but that's what happens. Same in skateboarding, right? I remember specifically many times where I would do a trick, do it twice, do it 3 times, and I go, "Hey, Gonzo, I'm ready to film this trick. I just landed it 3 times in a row." Assumedly, I should land it first try, or maybe at the most, 5 tries. So then, of course, 600 tries later, after having not even came close, not even stuck the trick at all, then, obviously the filmer goes, "Dude, you suck. You're terrible. You're the worst skateboarder I've ever seen." They pack up their camera, and just as the zipper goes, they pack the camera in, put the lens cap on, and they zip the camera back. Zip! Right when that zip noise happens, you land the trick 3 times in a row again. Something about the camera being on, it just ruins everything. It's not like stage fright either. This really happened. I swear to God, if you watch on 2 occasions, I will never forget. If you watch my video part from 2008, whatever year it was, the Neat video. It was the first video where I was singing, I did a backtail to fakie on this bank. And the lyrics are like, "It was hot that day, and I did a backtail in LA." Whatever. It sounds stupid when you repeat it. The video part's okay. I did that backtail. It took me 2 days to do it. Here's the best part. I went to that spot. I said, "Oh, I bet I could backtail this." And I crooked grinded it too. I crooked grinded it to straight. Really nice crooked grind. Then I backtailed it to regular. Second try. Then I backtailed it to fakie. I said, "Gonzo, we got to film this." I just did a backtail to fakie. He said, "Okay, cool." Tried it for an hour. An hour. Could not land it to save my fucking life. Could not land it. Basic ass backtail. Then, same thing. He zips up the camera. I landed it. He goes, "Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, I don't know why. It's a vibe thing. I was just like, "Dude, I'm not going to try it anymore. My legs are on fire." Because the run-up was kind of like uphill, if I remember. Or something about it, I had to push really hard. My legs were just dying, right? Luckily, we came back the next day and I landed it like second try. But I'll never forget, I landed it before we filmed. Then the camera came out. Tried for an hour. Couldn't land it. Camera gets zipped up. Then I landed again. Backtail to fakie. And there was another time when I was at Chino Park, also in California. And I was trying to kickflip nose slide this ledge. And I kept trying to do it. It's like down like a 10 stair or something. And it's a skate park, right? It's a little skate park, hubba. And this was in the time where I was really good at that trick. Today, I would never be able to land a kickflip no slide. Dear God. Maybe that'll be one of the challenges. Maybe I'll land one in summertime. But I tried it. It's starting to get dark, right? I'm like, Gonzo, because we're using a VX camera, which is terrible in every aspect, but also not great when the sun goes down. Although arguably not terrible. Anyways, he's like, yeah, it's getting kind of dark. Puts the camera away, zips the bag. The moment the bag zips, boom, landed it. Perfect kickflip no slide. Down the 10 stair. Then the back tail to fakie. Something about the camera being on ruins it. And it also, surprisingly, applies to pool. So, whatever. You know what it also is? I think it's whenever I want to look good doing something, that's always when you end up looking the worst. Right? I remember. I'm trying to think of a story how I was embarrassed around a girl, but I can't really remember my childhood that much. I do remember someone else being embarrassed. My friend Mitch. I haven't seen him in 15 years, but I grew up skating with this dude Mitch, a little older than me. And he had some badass health problem where he had to have heart surgery. I know, it's taking a weird turn. He had to have heart surgery. We skateboarded. He never really skated. He never actually landed a kickflip, but he rode the skateboard to and from the school that we all skated at. Anyways, he had heart surgery. This motherfucker showed me his chest. He got damn slit down his, looked like Iron Man, a slit down his chest. He's like, yeah, I can't skate, so I'm walking or whatever. So anyways, he's really nervous about fucking up his stitches because he just had heart surgery. So he takes a fall skating, you might die. So he probably should have stayed home that day. Anyways, he's out there. We're just hanging out. He's not skating. You know, he stands on the skateboard. A police officer, like a cop car rolls by, rolls down the window. I was like, "Are you guys skating?" And then he immediately just fucking eats shit. Not even doing a trick. Just the cop says, "How you guys doing?" Boom! He just eats shit. He's just like, I'm like, oh fuck, dude, that's hilarious. You fell in front of the cop. Cop's probably laughing. He looks up. He's like, dude, I think I'm gonna die. I think I might have just ripped my heart back open. So as always, all you're trying to do is just hang out in front of a cop and then you fuck around and rip your heart in 2 different pieces. That's the best. Oh man. I remember once, speaking of skating, I was in this ghetto ass apartment complex. I was there to meet some chick and I see a group of skaters. And they all sucked. They were terrible. And this was in, I wouldn't say my prime, but I was good, right? I specifically remember being able to skate switch. Nollie back heel, nollie tray flip, I could switch flip, I could do all that shit. So anyways, these kids asked me to play a game of skate. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, fuck. I beat one of them. And then I'm like, dude, let's put $5 on it. You know, I'm like trying to look cool in front of the bitch. Oh my God. This fool did a shove it, then did a Chinese shove it. What's a Chinese shove it, you may ask? I don't know. It's a fakie man. It's where you do a fakie manual for 1 centimeter and then you do a shove it. It's a slow version of a shove it. So I gotta play this whole game in Chinese. This guy does the shove it, the Chinese shove it, the big spin, the Chinese big spin, the Chinese front shove it. And I'm like, what the motherfuck are you talking about? So eventually after my trip back from China, the kid ended up beating me. And I gave him $5 and then like his brother came out and was like, well, I'm gonna fucking beat your ass. I'm like, what? I just gave him $5? And it became this thing, but the point was whenever you want to look cool, that's when you get most embarrassed. And then whenever the camera's not on, everything goes great. So on, I think Tuesday and Wednesday, I didn't drink any alcohol. It was one of those, I didn't go crazy last weekend, but it was one of those things where I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. No alcohol on Tuesday and Wednesday. And I started craving sweets. So I went on Twitter. I was like, what's the best chocolate bar? Everyone had a different answer. I was under the impression that there's like only 2 good chocolate bars out there. There's an entire row of chocolate at the gas station, but I was under the impression it was like Kit Kat and Twix. Turns out you guys like all different shit. I don't know who out there is eating Milky Ways and Almond Joys, but somebody's keeping those things in business. So Twix was always my favorite, right? I don't know why. It's crunchy. Kit Kat was cool too, but I think I only liked Kit Kat because of the commercials. And the thing about the Kit Kat is it tricks you into getting your fingers dirty. Because it's like, oh, it's in 4 sections. Well, what do I do? Well, you could just bite it. No. I must pull the entire chocolate bar out, individually snap it before I bite it. That way, I'll have chocolate all over my fingers. Because that's the goal. That never happened with Twix. Twix, 2 of them come in one package. You rip the corner off, and then you grab from the bottom, bloop, and your little Twix boner comes out. You eat it like that. No messy fingers. Kit Kat is the opposite. And then the Hershey bar comes in a bunch of squares, like some fucking, like some acid. And that was one of those things where you can save some for later. But I don't know. I'm not really a chocolate guy. Luckily, the next day I drank some alcohol, so I no longer had a craving for sweets. Also, I was thinking about cereal lately. We were watching like a Nickelodeon, I don't know what it was, a big Nickelodeon thing on YouTube where we watched like an hour of like Rugrats and fucking Kablam and some other fucking shows, Angry Beavers or something. I don't remember what we watched. We watched some old shows, and they started having all these cereal commercials. And oh yeah, Rocket Power. We watched Rocket Power. And I was thinking to myself, like, dude, what? There's so many cereals out there. So I'm not a fan of milk in general. As a kid, I had cereal every single day for breakfast, but now, no. I think milk is weird. I've never wanted to have a glass of milk. I turned 18. I was like, nope, never again milk. I'm an adult now. I no longer need the titty of a cow. So when the milk disappeared, so did the cereal. So I never ate cereal again. But I got to thinking, like, all the cereals that exist, someone's keeping all these cereals in business. I remember I used to eat Lucky Charms, and I hated it. But I'm also, like, even as a kid, I'm the type of person that just doesn't complain. I just eat shit. Like at the restaurant, the other day they gave me chicken wings instead of chicken fingers. I didn't say anything. I'm like, well, close enough. Fuck it. It's still food. The only time I'm gonna complain is if you charge me even an extra $1, I will complain. But I won't ask for new food. I'll just eat it. Fuck it. Maybe it's a blessing. What if they give me the wrong shit and I end up liking it? Oh no, I'm gonna be mad because you just exposed me to some food I would have never ordered and now I liked it. Good. Thank you. I should be paying you. Oh, I am, because I paid for this fucking food. But yeah, let's say chicken wings were like $12 and chicken fingers were $11. Then I would complain. I'd be like, hey, you gave me the wrong food. I don't care. It was delicious, but I'm only paying $11. I'm not paying the $12 because that you did that. That's you, not me. But even as a kid, I never would complain. So I would just eat cereal that I fucking hated all the time. And Lucky Charms, not a fan. I went through a lot of phases with food. I mean cereal. I did the honeycombs for a while. Did the cocoa balls, whatever the Flintstones always had, Fruity Pebbles and Chocolate Pebbles, and what other? Eventually, the Pops. You remember Pops? Are they called Pops? Corn Pops. Pops. So there's something with Pops in it. And then I would always see that commercial like Apple Jacks. They don't even taste like apples. And I'd be like, well, why the fuck you call it that then? Just for that, I'm not ever gonna buy this shit. Never in my life have I even had an Apple Jack. Never. Doesn't make no fucking sense. Little things like that, your branding killed it for me. It doesn't even taste like apples. Well, okay, bitch. Oh, remember Reese's Pieces? I wrote a skit on one of my little papers here. I wrote a skit where they go, candy for breakfast? And then the mom just goes, shut up, you dumb fucking bitch. I don't know why. It's not that funny. I know. It's really lowbrow humor, but for some reason, the idea of that happening, like some happy ass kid going, candy for breakfast, and then the mom just going, shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, it's the little things. It's the little things that make me laugh. Anyways, that's how the commercial goes. Candy for breakfast? Yeah, candy for breakfast. Here you go. It's Reese's for breakfast. Oh, man. Didn't they have one where it was like the guy was like counting numbers? What about Cookie Crisp? Remember that? Cookie Crisp. What's the one like I'm cuckoo? For Cocoa Puffs. What's the follow your nose? Fruit Loops. Why am I answering all my own questions? Because you're stupid. Okay, next topic. I thought this would be a shorter podcast than it is. We'll probably cap out here around 33 minutes, so that's pretty good. Let's talk about movies that I've been watching. On Netflix, I watched... It's either called Project Power or Power Project. I don't remember what it was called. It's kind of like Limitless meets Animorphs. Why? Because it's the exact same movie as if Limitless involves Animorphs. That's why I use that metaphor, because that's exactly what it is. It's a really cheesy movie. It's like kind of like superhero-y, kind of corny. You know, you kind of know what's gonna happen. Like the good guy's gonna try and win. I really liked it. So if you liked Limitless, or if you wish you were a fucking animal, definitely watch the the movie Project Power, dude. So on Twitter, right? I follow one of my internet friends is quote a furry, which means I don't actually know what it means. They want to fuck animals, I guess. They post pictures of these weird like foxes with titties, and you're like, oh, okay, weird. And yeah, I just keep it moving, right? Like, do what you want to do, right? That's fine. Doesn't bother me. But all I can think of is like, if you have to stay on my couch, you ain't staying near my dog. Ain't no one gonna fuck my dog but me. Just kidding. You're not hanging out near no animals, man. We're never going to the zoo. We're never going to the dog park. Never going to the Humane Society to adopt a thing. No, because I'm going in there looking to add a new member to the family, and you're just in there with a boner looking at the dogs. Nope. Not for me. So anyways, yeah, Project Power. You guys might like it. It's on Netflix. And then I watched something called like the Murdoch Family Murders or something. So I watched that on Netflix. I thought it was brand new. Apparently it's a couple years old or something. It's about this rich family and who knows where they are. Somewhere on Earth. I don't know what state they're in. Just somewhere with trees and shit. Rich family of lawyers that just gets away with everything. And then they killed a gay kid, and then they killed some chick on a boat with a DUI, and then they killed some other dude, and then they killed some old lady, and then two of them ended up dead at their own house, shot dead at their own house. And I'm watching it, I'm like, damn, fucking, being rich sounds fun, minus killing everybody and then dying and being shot by your own family member. Other than that, being rich would be awesome. But I watched the documentary or whatever on Netflix. The next day, I turn on the news. That motherfucker's on the news. Like, I guess they had been in trial for all this time. When the documentary came out, then this guy goes to trial. Lucky me, 24 hours after I watched this documentary, this guy, they found him guilty of double homicide. Double murder. I think he killed his wife and his own son. Shot them both. And I believe he shot them both with a different gun. Which that's interesting. And I guess he was like a heroin guy and he stole a bunch of money. Stole $1 million worth of did I say heroin? Oxycontin. Aren't they like pretty similar? I don't know. I'm not really smart on the drug stuff. But anyways, it's a great documentary. I watched 3 episodes. It's only 4 episodes. It's about 2.5 hours long. So if you have time, Yeah, check it out. If you guys are looking for new things to watch on Netflix. Project Power, I give it, it's corny, right? But you know what you signed up for. I give it an 8 out of 10. And the Murdoch, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Murdoch or Murdoch? Murdoch. I don't know if there's a K at the end or it's like A-U-G-H. Anyways, if you got nothing better to do, I highly recommend those. Murdoch. The Murdoch. Imagine your last name is Murder. Murdoch. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got for the podcast. I can't believe we lasted this long. Go ahead and give me a, oh, hell yeah, in the chat room for those of you who stuck around through this horrible podcast. Well, not as bad as I thought it would be. Like, my notepad only has 5 lines on it, so I thought this would be shittier. Anyways, if you missed the beginning of the podcast, you can watch the repeat on iTunes, on Podbean, on the podcast app, on Spotify, on YouTube. It comes out on Sunday, early in the morning Sunday, so that you can watch it on your way to work, or you can listen to it on your way to work. And thank you to iBookBoy for donating $1,000. No, 1,000 bits. Thank you to Gyges for donating $5. And thank you to Barrel Full of Games for resubscribing. Thank you, iBookBoy. He has subscribed for 24 months in a row, 2 years. And, yeah, let's shout out everybody who's here in the chat. Scrambles, Paul Miranda, iBookBoy, Love My Toe Guy, just curbs and curbs. Side Flip, Meatball Head, Football Head, Roll Fast Joe, iBookBoy, North Shooter. I appreciate all you guys for being here. And we do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, unless there's a car chase, which ends with a car smashing into a pole. In that situation, we push the podcast back a little bit, which is what happened today. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Don't go anywhere because I'm not ending the stream. I'm just ending the podcast. So let's hang out, maybe play some Mario or find some more high-speed chases. But as I always say, have a good weekend and don't drink too much, but don't drink too little. Candy for breakfast? I should have had an abortion.